What it do, what it is. You already know the vibes. It's your boy, Mr. Bear, aka say your name up on the spot. Might not with you the mind. And welcome to another episode of Hold Up in Another Thing. You know what I'm saying? Presented by Mixed Vibes Media. You know what I'm saying? Y'all should know the vibes already. Um, so Jay-Z did a freestyle. And as a content creator, I feel like it's my obligation to discuss Jay-Z doing a freestyle because it's what the hip hop world is talking about right now. So we're gonna do it. We're gonna have another hip hop episode. So I got my fellas with me. I got some guests with me. First up, what's up, Joe?
Man, I can't call it. How you doing, Q?
Oh man, another wonderful day. I'm glad not to be selling drinks right now. You know what I mean?
Oh, I bet, man. I bet. It's too hot out there for that right now, bro.
Hey, Joe, is there anything you would like to promote at this time?
Of course, man, I always want to you need to come check out our YouTube, our podcast. We available now at Walmart, Kmart, Sears. I think we got something to Camelot here soon. Service merchandise is about to be copping our podcast on vinyl. If you don't know about that, well, respectfully, you're wrong.
Okay, I like what
Shout
you
out to
did
service merchandise.
there. I like what you did there. I like what you did there. And then,
Thank you. I try.
what I always say when he here, this whole mixed vibes thing does not work without this brother, Mr. Break. Even though I ain't the break glass this time because I did ask him in advance, but Mr. Break glass himself. What up, Will?
What's going on, everybody? Happy to be here. Even though I feel like I've been stalled out lately, I'm gonna speak my truth. You know what? The urge just came to me and said, "Speak your truth, brother." I'm gonna speak my truth. I feel like I've been stalled out lately. I ain't been on a damn show in months. I was like, damn. I look up, I done grew a beard down to my ankles down there, fucking around, waiting for the show to call me.
Okay, you wanna know what the crazy thing is? This is my
I,
first
I,
look. Jerry's been showing up to work, so we ain't have to break glass on that. And then this is my first hold up that I'd have had guests.
so as a substitute teacher, I guess I'm gonna have to get another job. Because these teachers won't call in. These motherfuckers just showed up every day.
Hey, you know what I'm saying?
Bullshit.
But I do got a summer lineup lined up for you on from my perspective because you said you ain't did sports, and I was like, yeah, we gonna be doing some debating this summer. So
Yeah.
I already got some stuff lined up for you in July. You know what I'm saying? We just got we gotta get there, but we gonna get there. But yeah, like I said, this stuff don't really work out without Will because he does every show. Only show he ain't. Well, he got to do respectfully wrong. We gonna have to hop him on there soon. He ain't did Big Sis show. But if you in to read books, I can tell Big Sis. They're like, you know what I'm saying?
Nah, man, I ain't reading shit. I
Yeah,
only
that's
read
what I
stop signs. I just keep going.
said. Yeah, they do the books and the TV shows over there, so I ain't.
Nah, bro.
Yeah, no. But yeah, we're gonna get into we got to talk about the Jay-Z first time. And before we get into who he did, what he said, and all of that, he did this freestyle at the Roots Picnic. He got the Reasonable Doubt in the Blueprint celebration coming up in July at Yankee Stadium. Then he got another show that Sunday called Extra Innings, which I'm pretty sure he's just gonna perform a bunch of the rest of his hits. But Joe, hearing the freestyle, it was it a good freestyle? Was it how did you feel about the freestyle? Was it a good freestyle or was it just hyped up because it was Jay and it was nostalgic?
I enjoyed it. Like I'm not the biggest Jay-Z fan. I don't listen to a lot of his music. I do like him more than Drake, but that's another story. Um,
We
and a
just been on the
secret. I said
pod
that.
5 minutes and it's a Drake diss already. Feel
You
like
got to
he
get him out early, man.
okay.
I don't do- but no, man. See, I can't say that like to me it would be a nostalgia thing because I've never sat there and really. I think aside from Watch the Throne and maybe that one album they came out with what was it, that Samsung phone or something that came pre-installed with it. I can't remember the name of that
Oh,
one, but
yeah, I know what you're talking about.
you know, yeah. So other than those two, man, I'll be honest, I've never really sat and listened to like a Jay-Z album. So I kind of just approached it like, just let me hear what he's saying as as a freestyle, and just he sounded like he really had something he wanted to get off his chest, and he did. You know, like he really went out there. As he's going on, he sounds like he's getting angrier and angrier with his tone.
Mm-hmm.
And the more I like, so as I'm saying, like I don't listen to him that much, so I had to go in there and like Google a lot of this stuff to see, like, all right, I know he's taking shots at a bunch of people, and I can tell like some of it who he's talking about, but I got to get a breakdown of it. And as I do, I'm like, damn, like he really was like getting cutthroat on some of this, man.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he did.
So yeah, I got to give him his props for it. I really enjoyed it.
So for me, I knew he was performing at the Roots Picnic. I listened to Jay, right? I knew he was performing at the Roots Picnic. I knew he was gonna do a freestyle. I knew he was gonna diss people, but I didn't know. Watching people's video recaps, he did one song and then he went straight to freestyle. So it's like you said, he wanted to get something off his chest. Like, hey, this I got a lot of y'all been talking, a lot of things been going on. So I want to address all the stuff that's going on. Will, do you think this was the proper place to address everything that was going on, or should he have, released a record instead of doing a freestyle at a group picnic?
Nah, so just go ahead and do that freestyle. I mean, to me, I ain't enjoy it that much, but go ahead and drop that shit. I mean, why release a whole album? You don't need all that shit. Just say what you gotta say, get it off your chest. Niggas didn't used to release albums for freestyle. I mean, for diss records. That's that new age shit. Niggas just dropped the diss in the middle of anywhere. That's how you
Mm-hmm.
did it. You feel me? You just dropped this
Mm-hmm.
diss and let it live there. So I will say I thought it was appropriate where he did it at. I wasn't the biggest fan of it. So I mean, I'll say that too. But hey, I've only listened to it once or twice. I haven't deciphered it like other people. I haven't got into social media's debate of it as far as telling me what to look for. So I ain't there yet with it. Probably won't get there with it. I really feel like it came out of nowhere and nobody really, I mean, was like I didn't feel like that was the energy of what was happening right now. But maybe on the other side it was. I just didn't feel that. So, I appreciate him get off his chest though. You feel me? Say what you gotta say.
Well, I have to ask, since you alluded to it, what did you dislike
I didn't like the delivery of it.
about it?
Now let me say that I didn't watch the whole picnic. I watched the segments that people said what's the diss of the. So you talking about him performing the song before and then doing the diss. I really don't know uh, about that part, but I know I heard the diss and I didn't like that part that much. I just like the delivery of it. I listened to it twice just to see if I was missing something as far as the delivery goes. And like Joe said, some of it went over my head because maybe I'm just not that in touch with what's going on out there in their world. So I guess maybe just being out of tune for me. Maybe it wasn't bad. Maybe it was just me.
Jokes mentioned how like he didn't listen to he don't listen to a lot of Jay Z. Well, do you listen to a lot of Jay Z, or have you listened
Over
to a
the
lot of Jay?
years, I have.
Yeah,
I've listened to Jay Z. I was a big fan. Really, the my favorite album was the Black album, his retirement album. Uh, see how that went. But
Girls
Retirement
was
album.
time for what a year. King to Come
yeah,
came right after that, I think.
yeah. So like he hyped that shit up as a retirement album. But other people's done it too, so I ain't gonna hold them for that. But yeah, I've been a Jay Z fan. I like the old Jay Z shit. I grew up in the '90s, so after Pac and Big died, shit, it was Jay-Z. You feel me? He came out the back. I see that on social media. Somebody was like, man, how Jay-Z just surfing at two people that I was like, shit, I guess they was in this way. Shit. But I've always respected him as an artist and even more as a businessman. I know a lot of people say that. So it just lets you know it must be true, right?
Now, there's a common perception that Jay-Z is, if not the greatest rapper of all time, a top three because of everything that he does and all that comes with the package of Jay-Z, not just the the ability to rap, right? Everything that comes with it. Do you agree or disagree?
I would probably have to agree with that, honestly.
Okay.
Bro, tripping, bro.
Okay.
He said that. Yeah.
Will, why do you say he's tripping?
Oh, my bad. I thought I whispered. It's these damn earphones, man. They pick up everything. Uh, man, nah,
Nope.
man. So, so, like, I mean, greatest. He's in the top five, though. You feel me? Like, he in the top five. And alive, he number one, two.
Okay. Who would you put number one?
I, just based off, but this is out. So let me get back to actually why I said he's tripping for. Uh, Joe wasn't really tripping. More the question was Joe was right as far as the question went, as far as what you asked him, because you asked him with everything combined, would that put him in the realm of
Yeah.
number one?
Yeah.
So that Joe was right.
Yeah.
He was 100% right when he said yes, it does, because if you combine everything. But if you do it singular and just look at the music, because let's just look at that, because that's really why he's in our face. That's why we know who he is. That's why he was able to do the business he did. So let's just look at the music part of it. He's top five.
I can agree
But
with you on that.
with business, yeah, okay. You feel me? And the reason his music's top five is partly because of his longevity.
Yes, I agree with that. I think it's long. I think so. For me, hip hop is still I can't even say the word. Relatively new. Hip hop has only been around what 50 years, 52 at this
Yep.
point. I think
Yeah, I
so.
think like 52. Yeah.
So we haven't seen people actually age in hip hop. The only people we've seen that I think age in hip hop is Jay Z and Nas. Respectfully,
The
don't get me
people we're
wrong.
seeing now, people
Yeah,
we're seeing now, like
but
the elders of
Would
today's
you
hip hop.
consider Dr. Dre in that category too, or would that just be more of a producer thing though?
okay,
I mean,
I was getting ready to get to that. There's other people that
okay, okay,
we see get older, but they still as not as a high level as they was at one point. So like to Will's point, the longevity of Nas and Jay Z is still a high standard of still
There's
being
some
able.
there's some other people who make that list.
Okay,
Now,
I'm gonna ask you, who are those other people?
well, I can name one off the top of my head, and I've been angry at him for some time, and I think I might take him off for punishment just to state this fact. Snoop Dogg.
Okay, that's a great one.
Snoop Dogg has stayed relevant in rap. And here's another one. This is one of my favorite ones right here because everybody's gonna be like, "Damn, he's right." E40.
oh God, yeah,
E40 has stayed
oh
relevant in
yeah,
hip hop since the freaking late '80s, bro.
Too short.
So
Yeah,
like, too short, too short,
too
sort of,
short.
but E40 for sure. E40 has made hits in every decade.
you are. I stand corrected. Snoop Dogg, E40, too like you said, too short to some degree. If you
Yeah, produce.
depending on, I was going to say, depending on how you feel about Big Boy with Outkast, because Big Boy still releases music and it's still quality music, but it still ain't as, I guess, like you said,
Mass
E40.
appeal.
Yeah, it ain't mass appeal. So that's what I'm going to say. I don't know. It depends on how you look at Big Boy in that way. because, like I said, at E40, because to your point, E40, Jay Z, Snoop, and Nas, they might not sell as much as they used to, but they still do crazy numbers. They still have an impact on the culture. People still
Yeah,
listen to their voices. I don't know if Big Boy's in the same, you know, that's,
category.
and I was gonna say like 3 6 Mafia. Yeah, they still release music, but I don't know if people still look at them as the same as they used to. Now I think DJ
Yeah.
Paul producer side, people still and
Mhm.
Juicy J, people still
And
run down that
Michelle
DJ.
said Juicy J would have been one that she said has been relevant over the years because he has been able to actually put music out. You know, we just heard he just released that song with Sukiana. You feel me? So like he is still, you feel me? He's still actually putting out music, maybe not at the same rate that one would hope, but he's still actually, and he's producing a lot too. So he's influencing the industry
Yeah,
on
that's
the
why I
back
said
end
as
too.
far as on the producer side, that's why I said DJ Paul and Juicy J, they still relevant in that sense. On the music side, as far as them releasing their music, it's still not. I don't think it's still at the impact of what they used to be. When 3 6 Mafia used to drop.
I mean, you drop that Juicy J in the club, nigga, it's going crazy. That
Yeah,
bad bitch Sukiana,
bands
nigga,
will make her
them little
dance.
bitches graphic.
Bands will make her dance is like it's over a decade old at this point.
Yeah, man's back in there is at least 12 years old. I'm
That's what
guessing.
I'm saying.
I don't know off the top of my head, but if I had to guess, I would say 12 years.
So that's why I'm like, but I do see the point of Juicy J and damn, what's her name? What's his name? DJ Paul. I couldn't think of that man's name.
Excuse me. But yeah, there's some people who have had long term effect on the industry. But
It came out 2012. Damn,
what bands make a dance?
damn.
So it's what, 14 years old, something like that?
14
Yeah,
years old.
14 years. Yeah,
We can't be doing
like
this, man. Y'all gonna make me feel real old now.
man, be grateful, be grateful.
As I say,
Always.
it's a good thing to be. It is a good thing to be old.
Yeah,
Yes. It's a
we got
blessing.
more experience. We got seniority on these little dummies,
Uh,
you know.
man, y'all ever heard hey, what's his name? Name of the album's called Octane. Can't think of his daggone name now. My son want me to listen to him so daggone bad. We'll talk about it later. Uh, so we're gonna get into it. Jay Z gets a bunch of people, right? I think the main takeaway because his album just came out, and like Will said, there was some stuff on the other side. Was Drake. Drake took a couple. I don't want to call him. I don't. He spent a bar or two talking about Jay Z. I don't know if I want to call them pull out diss records, but I heard it compared to if you go out for a rebound in basketball, you give them a little elbow. It ain't really like a dirty play. You ain't giving them like a full good chance. You gave them a little bow to clear out some space to let them know I'm right here. I think that's what it is. It's like Drake was like letting Jay know like I see you, hey bro, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Uh, some of the course, like I said, Drake had those bars on Iceman where he talked about the jig is up, and he compared to because this thing on social media talking about would you rather have the dinner or like what was it 500K or a million or a dinner with
500K or
Jay
dinner with Jay Z.
or
Yeah.
500K. Drake basically said I couldn't learn nothing from any of y'all anyway, so I'm gonna take the money. Drake said, I mean, not Drake. Jay Z said, wrong charts, champ. I'm up 10. He also called Drake a worker, basically saying, them people still own your publishing. You a worker. You work for the man. You ain't like me because I own all my own stuff. So, do you think we're going to go to a Drake and Jay Z discount? Or is it going to end after this?
You said me?
Joe.
I don't think that we're gonna get into a diss thing. I don't think Jay at this point in his life is concerned with carrying out a diss. a feud. I think he just had stuff that he wanted to get off his chest. He got it off his chest, and I think he's just gonna move on. Uh, I hope. Let me say, I hope he does, man, because he's 56 years old, bro. You don't need to worry about getting into these feuds with people like this. You ain't got nothing that you need to prove to anybody, really.
Yes, he do,
From
because the
my
last time he got his ass ate up.
Ooh, Jay
Both of these
or
niggas,
Drake?
Jay and Drake. That was
Yeah.
about to say both of these niggas that took some L's and they need to prove something. It's like two niggas who lost fights fighting. It's like y'all in the losers bracket. Go around. Figure that
Oh
shit
my
out,
god.
nigga.
Not the loser. All
'Cause,
right, bro. The losers bracket. All right, now we're going a little
hey,
too
but
far.
technically they are in the losers bracket as far as the ranks of beef go, bro. Drake took an L. It's not debatable. Niggas are still talking about it. They just wasting their breath. We know when fucking Jay-Z took an L. Like he had to go sign Nas to make himself feel better. You feel me? Like that's some old another shit. So like with that being said, if this was a bracket, them two niggas would go to the losers bracket, bro. Let's keep it real. Don't skirt around it because of who they are. Let's just be realistic. In the world of brackets, that would place them in the losers bracket, bro.
I'm not even going. Before
Am
I
I
ask,
right or wrong?
I was going to say
Am I
before
right
I
or
ask
wrong?
another. Let me ask Joe. Joe, do you think he's right?
I don't know how to respond to it.
If
I
if
don't.
if, if teams is playing, bro, it's simple. It's written for us already. It's
Okay.
written. The rules are written.
I don't watch sports, so I can't answer that.
Okay.
So let
So
me explain what I'm saying. You said you gonna watch sport. Let me explain
Yeah,
this. Let me explain this.
because the
But
way I
no,
always
it's
know it is if
simple.
you lose, you're just out of the tournament. So I don't know.
Nah, they got what they call playing. Is it called
uh
round robin or some shit like that?
yeah, round robins. Yeah.
Yeah, the round
Okay.
robin. So the loser. So four teams play, two versus two, right? One versus one, and then the losers of each go down to the losers bracket. The winners go on.
Yeah. In like round
In
robins or like regular season tournaments where you
Mhm.
everybody got to play the same amount of games. That's what happens. The losers go play
Yeah,
elsewhere.
because everybody's guaranteed games, right? So if it's like that, them niggas is technically they would have dropped to the losers bracket.
Will you explain it
It's
like
just
that?
it's just what it is.
Will
That's
you
what
ex-
they are. So this is the battle between two teams in the losers bracket.
will you
Jay
explain
been
it like
down there
that?
for a minute waiting.
You are. Listen,
This is a horrible WrestleMania main event, dog. I'm sorry.
I mean, will you explain it like that? Technically, because this whole time you've been talking, I'm trying to think. Didn't Jake battle somebody after that? But no, he really didn't. He took what he did
Yeah,
in
Nah,
freestyle. He took
he
jabs at
did.
people, but he didn't really
yeah.
like full out battle nobody.
Yeah.
And then, so yeah, you're right. Explaining it like that, yes, like I know. But I wouldn't look. I don't feel comfortable calling Jay Z and Drake. These
I'm not
people
calling
who
them losers,
I
but
know.
they're playing
I'm
in the
talking about. I know you ain't saying that. I'm talking about.
losers bracket.
I ain't feel comfortable saying they in the losers bracket. Now I know you're not calling them losers. I just like damn. I don't know if I want to say they in the losers bracket, but in the battle sense, I mean, yeah, they both lost their last battle.
But let me
Yeah.
ask you a question, bro. If you lose, what does that make you?
A person who lost the matchup.
Someone may shorten it and call you a
I'm not. Let me tell you.
loser. Think what you mean, bro? Quit playing with these people out here, man. The good people of America and other countries are listening right now. So give
And
them the truth, man.
they watch another type of football over there. They ain't listen. All
Hey,
right.
I like a little football. That's one of my favorite sports.
I went to my first football match the other day, and what I was expecting. Uh,
Well, how was it?
Well, yeah, elaborate.
well, one it was 1-0.
That's not too uncommon though,
That's
I
right?
know,
that's
but
about right. Yeah.
it's right. But I felt like it would be more attempts at goals.
Oh,
Was
you wanted more action.
Yeah, basically. And then it also don't if it was 1-0 and my team losing one, then I'd be like, okay, I understand it. But then when it's
Yeah.
1-0 and your team lose and you feel like they didn't, score enough goals, now I feel, like, oh, this what's up.
Yeah. You
It
be
was
all right.
kids.
We're
Oh,
go back to another one.
it was like 4 kids over here. They had more action over there trying to get the crowd reacting than what was going on the pitch. Like, I'm using their terminology. So, but yeah, back
I
to the Drake and Jay. I asked Joe, do you think we'll get a Drake and Jay Z back and forth?
uh
Since you put them in the losers bracket, I mean, do you think they're gonna
I
battle it
mean,
out in this bracket?
so you can come out of the losers bracket because you do get to come out, Joe. That was part that we didn't explain. A loser does come out of that bracket with a chance to participate. But yeah, I don't know, man. Honestly, no. That's to go with what I'm hoping. No. Hoping let it be what it is, what it was. The majority of the world, I'm guessing, well, not majority, a nice portion of it is nothing. So I'm hoping that it stays that way. I did like the shot he took, even when he took it political too, though. See, I just worried about that other shit. They can start talking to the Republicans and shit.
Yeah, we're gonna get there.
Yeah.
Yeah, we might get there. I don't know. So for me, so I was listening to this podcast, right? And the guy y'all know who Biggs is, right? Of Rockefeller.
Yeah.
Okay. He's Biggs' little brother. So he's been around Rockefeller his entire life. But he's friends with Drake. So Drake texts him and he's watching the game, the the Western Conference Finals in the NBA. He's watching the game and Drake texts him and said, "Hey, Hov just dissed me on the stage." He like, what did he say? Because I'm watching the game. Drake talked about what he said, and even Drake was like, "Y'all knew this was coming because of the Roots picnic." I don't know. I don't know if I want Drake and Jay Z to go back and forth, but I feel like they are gonna go back and forth because, in fact, I don't see Drake as being the one to be like, "I he did his Roots picnic. I'm gonna let it slide."
But nigga, you took the shot first. What you mean?
True, and
I get what you're saying.
I don't think it's gonna be like. So let me also say, I don't feel like it's gonna be like a full diss record, but it's gonna be more jabs like they already was doing. Because let's be honest, them two have been trading jabs with each other, like Drake did with Kendrick. They've been trading jabs at each other for years, even though they did songs together in between of them taking jabs at each other. They still taking jabs at each other because, as like we talked about, many people see Jay as that guy, and Drake was working towards being that guy. I don't think Drake. I think Drake always knew he was going to end up battling Jay. I don't think he ever thought he was actually going to battle Kendrick. It just so happened to happen. Because like this whole situation started with Drake sending Kendrick the record, and Kendrick didn't get on it fast enough, so he called Cole to get on the record. I don't think he ever thought he was going to be battling Kendrick. I thought he always was going to be battling. He probably always thought he was going to be battling Jay. So I feel like Drake is not really prepared. Because can you really be prepared to battle Jay Z? But I feel like he already had that in the back of his mind. Like I said, I don't think we're gonna get a full out diss record from Drake, but I do think we're gonna get some more jabs. And then with Jay Z doing that extra innings next year, I mean later this summer, we probably get another Jay Z freestyle, and it's gonna be more Drake bars in there. That's just what I think. But I could be wrong. Um, so he also took some shots at his former partner in crime, Kanye West. Which, mind you, while Jay Z was on this Roots picnic stage, Kanye West was in Turkey performing in front of 100,000 plus people. I think it was 120,000 people. Kanye has said multiple things about Jay-Z's family. Jay-Z, in response, basically said, that man always acting crazy. Put him in front of me. I bet he ain't gonna act. He ain't gonna act crazy no more. Joe, how you feel about Kanye West in general? Now,
Kanye West is a musical genius, but as we know, genius borders insanity so much that I think that man has tiptoed that line to the point where he doesn't know when he crosses it. But you cannot deny. I mean, even on his last album that he just put out, man, you listen to some of the beats on it and everything, it's like he still has that ability. It's just for the love of God, he cannot ever keep his damn mouth shut. And and sometimes, you know what I'm saying? Like I guess sometimes that was a good thing for him in the past, but then he kind of let it go too far. And now it's like you've you've let that fountain spew so much that nobody even it's hard for people to look at his creative genius the same way anymore without that negative, you know what I'm saying, undertone of what he has said and what he has become. And that sucks, man, because dude is so damn talented.
you're right. He is a musical genius. He also has said a
Hmm.
lot of stuff about this man's kids.
Yes.
Well, me and you both have kids. Jay basically said, "Hey, bro, quit playing with me before I stab you," because he rapped about the person that he stabbed, and then he just went into the Kanye situation. Uh, his face got serious when he talked about Kanye. At least to me, from my perspective. You know what I'm saying? His face got serious when he talked about Kanye because again, like with the Nicki situation, y'all been talking about my family and my kids. Uh, Will I feel like Kanye West crossed the line? Do you feel like Kanye West crossed the line when he kept referring to Jay Z's kids?
Of course, man. You know, that's the age old rule, though, right?
Yeah,
But it's sad because it's broken so often in today's society. You know, children leave them out of it. Ain't got nothing to do with nothing. They're almost in like a bubble, you know. We don't speak on them. Even if they run around with diapers on, peeing on themselves and shit. You don't talk about nobody little raggedy ass kids. You just keep that to yourself. So Kanye should definitely not say anything about Jay-Z's kids. This is what it is. So Jay-Z deserves to be mad. If I was Jay, I probably would spend a little more time on it. Uh, just because he spoke on my kids. That's who, if anybody I was coming for, majority of the song would have been, literally, majority of the freestyle would have been about Kanye. Uh, because I have to defend their honor. You know, that's just what it is. I can't let you come at them no type of way because it's forever. What you say is forever in this day and age. You know, it ain't hearsay no more. That people print shit out and show you it. You know, like what you say is forever. So yeah, I would have to definitely say something to him, put a little more time on it, and let him know I wasn't going to accept that ever again. Use your thoughts, keep it to yourself.
see the in the freestyle he addressed multiple people, but the name with Kanye West, I wish you would have said his name. And the only reason I say I wish you would have said his name and make it more direct, because, like you said, Will, you talking about my kids, and me and you have more than anybody else that I talked about in this freestyle. Me and you have history. We have an album called Watch the Throne. You were signed to Rockefeller. We have a strong and a long history together. And for the fact that you switched up, even though Kanye West has apologized recently for the things he said, and even when after he would say some of the stuff, he told at one point he told Jay-Z, "Don't send your goons to kill me." So you know the stuff you're saying is wrong, but you continuously said it and you never apologized or reached out to that person to apologize. It
So do
feels
you accept the apology when he finally apologizes? Is it
no. Well, no.
acceptable?
Once you go to kids,
We
we done.
passed apologies, right?
Yeah, we passed apology. But at least that if you apologize for the people you hurt, but didn't apologize to individual people. That's why I ain't really a big fan of Kanye no more because of the fact. All right, cool. You apologize, but you apologize because you coming back out and you had an album coming out. And you going back on tour. You was going to do shows again. I don't really feel like it was sincere. That's just me.
Why, why does it always feel like the only time they ever want to either start beef or squash a beef is when they're about to either release a new album or go on tour?
It was promotional.
I was saying
I know.
the answer to all questions is money.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
yep.
You remember back when
Racing
rappers were
birds,
getting shot every time they had a mixtape coming out?
Yep.
or locked up.
Yeah, locked up, shot, something like that. And every time they'd be like, "Oh, I'm all good, man. Check out my new mixtape. It's gonna be on Dat Tips here soon." It's like, bro, you didn't have to take a bullet to promote this.
I guess the only way they're gonna get seen. That's the only way they're gonna get heard.
Yeah, promotion is hell out here.
Yeah, I
That's
think
that's crazy though. Even if that's almost ridiculous. And for the people to keep falling for it, at that point, the rap industry was the same as the wrestling, right?
yeah,
Rap and wrestling. Mm-hmm.
I was
I
gonna say
mean, at that point,
they so much similar.
Yeah.
well, at this point, they're marrying each other.
Yeah.
If that's where we're at, if we're at the point to where it has to go this way, because, like, I mean, let's always, when it comes to beef, we always harp on one of the most legendary beefs in history, right? We always go back
Mm-hmm.
to bigger. These guys died.
Okay. But can I ask y'all a question?
Mm-hmm.
And y'all, you know what I'm saying? Y'all can tell me if I'm wrong. Like you said, Will, we always go back to the Biggie and Tupac beat. But that was like a real life beat because in all honesty, all honesty, Biggie never released a diss record to Tupac. Tupac released a record, but Biggie never. He took again. Go back to he took a jab, but he never dissed Tupac. So
I,
how do how do we classify that as far as when it comes to rapping? We know real life, stuff happens. But as far as when it comes to music and entertainment, if we strictly talking about music, is that really that really was never a battle because it was one sided, right?
yeah. I mean, between those two, it was, in a way. There was a lot of people, obviously, who came from the East Coast, like they kind of jumped in it to defend Biggie when Biggie was necessarily like, I'm not doing this with him. Because I feel like Big knew that wasn't really Tupac doing that. You know what I'm saying? Like Pac had so many people in his ear and doing all this kind of stuff. And he just kind of looked at it like, I don't really want to get involved in this person because I think he still looked at him like a friend. And he was like, nah, man, I ain't doing this for my dude. Like, you look back and you see those videos and stuff with those two sitting around playing, and you see them like performing, and you hear songs with the two together. It's like, I don't know. I don't feel like Biggie wanted anything to do with that, but
Sorry, guys, I lost audio for a second.
Oh, it's all good. We was talking about the Tupac and Biggie, where it was one sided. Biggie never really said anything towards Tupac. Like Joe said, other people said stuff to Tupac, but Biggie never did. So when we think of classic rap beats, we put that in there, but is that really necessarily a classic rap beat? I feel like it was more like to your point, it was more wrestling, it was more promotional, it was more East Coast versus West Coast as the theory. or the beef between East Coast and West Coast, but it was never really a rap beef between Tupac and Biggie.
I can understand where you're coming from. Um, but I don't know. I think if you ask people from the camps, they would say the beef existed. Yeah, there was friction. Uh, and maybe it was because of the friendship that was sour. So I think that's what, like you said, it was so heavily influenced by the camps. So maybe that's why everybody sees it as such a brand beef.
Yeah. All right. There's a Jay Z also referenced Nicki Minaj. This is gonna be the last one we're gonna get into before I ask you something else. He referenced Nicki Minaj, and he talked about her child's father and his past legal troubles and the things he can't do. He also talked about her stuttering. They also say because we seen Jay Z with the dreads and the long locks, but he had the afro because she always said everything his hair is a wig. So a lot of people believe he picked it all out to symbolize like you ain't talking about nothing. This is my real hair. I want to ask both of y'all the same question because I asked this of Jers on shout out to the Mixed Bass podcast. Do y'all think Nicki Minaj should respond to Jay Z in rap form? Not Instagram. She already posted something on Instagram, but not on
Oh, what'd she
Instagram,
say?
not on Twitter, not on. I have to find it. But
Oh dear
basically,
God.
she said, "Child, please." I have to find the what she said, but I'll look it up after I ask y'all this. Do y'all think she should respond in rap form? The reason I ask y'all that is because we all look at Nicki Minaj as an actual rapper. She ain't like these other female rappers who got other people writing for them a lot and don't have much to say. We know Nicki can actually write. We know Nicki can actually rap. A lot of people look at her as the greatest female rapper of all time. Do y'all think Nicki Minaj should respond to Jay Z? Will I ask you first?
Can I ask a question real quick? I don't know
Sure.
how much truth is this, but how much of her early music did Safari write?
He did write some of it. I don't want to say he wrote like all of it, but he did write some of
Yeah. Yeah, I liked a lot of that early shit. The later shit I wasn't a big fan of. But I will say she has put up the numbers to be considered one of the greatest female rappers of all time. I won't give her the throne for the greatest because Missy Elliott will forever be the greatest female rapper of all time in my heart. Uh, but yeah, I mean, Nikki know how to write. Sit down and write stuff. As a matter of fact, don't even write nothing. Freestyle some shit. You feel me?
it.
Freestyle some shit.
I ain't saying
Hey,
she.
hey, Jay, freestyle some shit. Freestyle
That
some
wasn't no,
shit.
that wasn't no freestyle. We calling it a freestyle. That wasn't no damn freestyle. Some of them he been
well,
waiting to get some of them bars off for like 2-3 years.
but you know how they do it now, though, bro. They call it a freestyle because they didn't sit down and write it. They just like wrote recorded some of it, stopped, and recorded some more type shit. You feel me?
Oh, they did that
So
Lil Wayne method.
yeah, you got that Weezy method. So that's freestyling.
Yes.
But you just recording your writing instead of writing it down. Uh,
We not doing that.
but uh, but yeah, sure. Do your thing, Nikki. Uh, come out with something, even if it's just like a little, 90-second little quick little reference to Jay or something. Like it ain't gotta be a whole track. It ain't gotta be 3 minutes. Just come out with something. At least
Joe,
entertain the people if you ain't doing enough.
to answer Joe's question, imagine being a grown man worried about Onika in the year 2026. That's all I'm gonna say. Anyways, next question. Papa Bird can say aha now. That's all she said. Joe, would you be interested in a Nicki Minaj response? You can always say no. You ain't got it.
Respectfully, I wouldn't be interested in hearing shit out of her mouth.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I mean she's a piece of work. Uh, but you know she gonna keep talking regardless. So too. If you don't keep
Yeah.
talking, then say something. You feel me?
I
If you don't
mean,
keep talking,
if she
say something.
that's yeah, I can't even get in. I don't know about that one anymore.
Okay. Cool. He did some other people, but those three we want to talk about. But speaking of overall him dissing people, he also was in an interview about a month ago talking about how rap beef is bad for the culture. Then a month later, you dissing people on the stage. That's what he said, right? I mean, it's what he
Okay,
said.
I didn't even know nothing about that one. Damn.
Yeah, I figured I'll wait to the end. Yeah, because they asked him about Kendrick being on the Super Bowl halftime, and then he wrapped it around to how rap beats is bad for the culture now, and all this other stuff. Man, like Will talked about, was in a rap battle, a very public rap battle with a man named by the name of Nas. Will, do you think it's hypocritical? Not do you think it's hypocritical? What is your thoughts on this hypocritical stance that this man said a month ago? Rap beefs is bad, and a month later he on the Reese picnic stage taking jabs at people. Is he just gonna get this off by these ain't rap beefs? These is just a freestyle.
Nah, he can't claim that.
Okay,
That's what rap beef is. Any form of delivering it, freestyle, a whole flat out song, you dedicate a whole album to me. Any way you deliver it, it's still beef. If you throwing your shit and reference me.
so hypocritical. Joe, what do you think about his hypocritical stance?
That kind of disappoints me, but I don't know, man.
Oh wait, why you
That's a
saying
little bit.
disappointed?
It's just if I don't like it when somebody's out there like practice what you preach. I guess is the best way to do it. Like if you don't say it, don't go right back around and be go against completely. You know what I'm saying? Like don't go against what you just said. Like I would never put my feet on Eddie Murphy's couch. Yeah, I put my feet on Eddie Murphy's couch. He rich, he can buy another one. Like, like come on, man. Like you're supposed to be better than this, bro. You can't do that. Man.
Mm,
Hey, but I will say this though, a lot can change in a month,
not that
right?
quick, especially now when you're talking about battling people, and
Hey
you
man,
know, and he
look, a
know.
lot
Hold on,
can.
he
Maybe
know.
I got my last straw, bro.
Ain't nobody said nothing to that. Ain't nobody said nothing else to that man in the past month. All that
The
stuff is
album Iceman just came out, didn't it?
all right. Cool. The Drake thing. All right. Cool. You
Maybe
right.
that set him
You
off.
right. You right. Okay. The, him and Drake been going back and forth for years. That's what set it off. But Drake saying the jig is up and saying I would rather take the money and not go to dinner. Everybody on the internet saying they would rather take the money and not go to dinner.
Hey, you can't tell a person when they reach their breaking point.
All right, now Will. All right, Will. don't,
I mean,
don't,
hey, right or wrong though, you can't tell someone
don't,
when their breaking point has been reached.
don't
Maybe
give
he's
me this.
having a bad day.
It's therapy
I
answer.
was gonna say he
Don't
done
give.
had a bad day.
Maybe he was having a bad day. And he
Yeah,
went out there and said how he felt. Like, you know what? Fuck it. I'm doing it.
I
All right.
get
Well,
it.
before we get out of
That's
here, I'm gonna ask both of y'all this question because I know the answer for both, and I just want to put it on wax. That's all. Um, Joe, how far have you got in Iceman?
I'm sorry, my audio's breaking up here,
I
man.
know.
It's been
Okay.
real
Okay. Cool. Okay. Cool. Well, I'll come back to that. Will, how far you got in Iceman?
So at work, they listen to the album. So I listened to it. You know, at work. So I
They
haven't
listen
got
to
said that, but and hey, Dave, me as a group. Sometimes I
You know what? Hold on, man. I'm
sometimes,
about to pull it up real quick here. Give me a second, and I can tell you like what
but
songs
nah,
I made it through.
I listen to a little bit. I can't tell you exactly the name of the songs,
okay.
but there was one song that I did quite. I thought it was okay, but I have to go back and listen again. But I'm not that interested in going back and listening again.
I was gonna
Uh,
say let's not pretend like you actually gonna go back and listen to it. We know the outcome. I knew the outcome. That's why I wanted to ask both of y'all at the same time because I knew neither one of y'all had really listened to the Drake album.
right, I've never really got a Drake album and listened to it though. So
I
like,
think I've made it
like a
through
surprise for me.
track 8.
Okay,
What did you say? What's the
Yeah,
he
one?
went to track 8.
yeah.
I thought you said Track Hate, and I was like, damn, let me hear a song called Track Hate.
Track 8. Thought he was
Yeah,
saying
I'm
No,
like,
but
track.
I think I'm gonna send him that idea though, because that does sound like a Drake song right there. Track 8. Yeah. Hey,
what the hell Hate do? Uh,
yay.
but I was gonna look it up. Uh, but nah, man, I've never really been the type to listen to the whole Drake album. So like, it's not unfound for me to not have listened to this. I'm
I,
not a
I
good judge.
I knew both of y'all hadn't listened to it, so I just wanted to ask, little comedy at the end of the pod because I knew neither one of y'all listened to it.
And yeah, it ain't got nothing on that Gorilla album. You know, I'm still listening to that, dropping that
It
shit every day.
Gorilla?
yeah, it came
Yeah,
out
man, that
last
shit was fire. That came out last year, bro. That shit's
year.
still
Came out
fire.
last
That shit was still fire. That shit's hot. Bro.
year.
I don't care who you are. You trapping
Thank
in the hood, getting chased by the police. You going to law school. So you a doctor. Everybody can listen to that shit. That shit's still out.
I personally feel like everybody can listen to Iceman, but that's just me. I am a Drake fan. So
I will go back and listen under those uh, words of advice.
okay, all right, all right.
I probably won't, man, but hey.
Me neither.
I
Uh,
was gonna say Will ain't neither. He might
I know.
nigga be
he might
lying.
cut it on, but he ain't gonna pay attention to what's on. You know what I mean?
Nigga be lying like a mother.
What you said, but
It's gonna be on the background while he vacuuming or some shit, you know.
hey, not vacuuming though. That's crazy.
That's that.
Wow.
Mr. Break Glass himself. I appreciate you.
Yeah, I hope to see y'all soon, man. Yeah. Tell them quit playing. Y'all write some emails. I'm gonna start a whole bunch of robot accounts. Email the shit out of
He said a whole
you.
bunch of robot accounts.
Email the shit out of your ass, bro. Uh, get me
All right.
back on the show,
About to get
y'all. They playing
spammed.
with me. They're keeping me in the dark, baby.
You said I'm gonna create robot.
Let me shine. Let me shine.
Thank you, sir.
You're welcome, man.
Uh, Joe, I appreciate you coming on.
As always, it's a pleasure, man.
Thank y'all for listening to another episode of Hold Up and Another Thing presented by Mixed Vibes Media. Now, you already know the vibes. It's your boy, Mr. Dale, aka say your name up on this pie. Might not with you tomorrow. We're going to catch y'all on the next one. Y'all be easy. Y'all be careful. Y'all have a wonderful day.